So let's go about the difference between spiritual awakening and enlightenment. So, in the case of Buddha, he came to a point in his life where he had this spiritual awakening, and after a couple of years of practice, he attained enlightenment. So, spiritual awakening is a moment in your life where you acknowledge the fact that there is something spiritual happening inside. And through the journey towards enlightenment, you realize that everything outside is a reflection of inside. And enlightenment is like the final, I don't want to call it the final because I don't know about it, but according to me, enlightenment is when the mind completely surrenders to the spirit inside, because it gives up on trying to fathom what the world means, why we are all here, what is our purpose. So the mind, according to me, just gives up everything and just takes refuge in the soul or the spirit or this higher source, power, God. I'm just trying to find words. But the mind cannot, exactly, the mind cannot find any words to describe what this means. And it completely surrenders, and everyone you meet or everything you do will come from this source. That is enlightenment. But in spiritual awakening is, okay, you're awakening to the truth, but over a period of time you will, at least this happened to me, like you kind of forget that everything outside is a reflection of inside. So you like get caught in the moment of the mind and react from your behavior. You know, it's all it's all a practice to recognize this, where you're coming from. So once you start slowly start remembering your inner nature, your true nature, which is so blissful, so serene and abundant, and it is always available for us to, dip our feet in, or probably even take a swim, or even just sink so beautifully, and you will not die. What dies is your ego. So, from spiritual awakening to your enlightenment is your spiritual journey, and when you reach there in enlightenment, according to me, is like, I don't say that it is it. I don't say that that is the end, because I'm not there yet. But this is just from my personal experience, and it kind of made sense to me. So the same thing happened to me in 2018. I still remember the day. I was going to my workplace, and on the way on my bike, I suddenly had this remembrance of spiritual realm. Suddenly there was like a separation from this physical realm and spiritual realm. Everything became like from a metaphysical concept, if that makes sense. So, of course, in enlightenment, there is no division, everything is one. Because I know this from Advaita Vedanta. I'm a believer of Advaita Vedanta, and which means ruling out the concept of duality. Dvaita in Sanskrit means dualism, Advaita means ruling out the dualism. So, Advaita Vedanta is the concept of non dualism or singularity. So, in enlightenment, in the phase of enlightenment, There is no duality, there is no physical, there is no spiritual. It is as is. And the mind surrenders to this concept, to this truth, and gives up on comprehending what life is all about, why are we here, what is our purpose. The mind gives up on all these things and just surrenders that it is what it is. And no words can describe what this enlightenment means. So there you go.